we're back, everybody, with a little show called Roll with the Troll. I'm here with the voice of reason.
That is me.
Yeah, say something smart. Let them all know how reasonable you are. Go ahead.
Well, they'll find out.
No, come on. Let's start the show. Let's do this fairly.
Yes, let's
just
start
say something
the show.
intelligent and show everybody how. Go, tell them that E equals MC squared. Remember that equation?
I do, but we're just gonna
start really good.
The show and
okay.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We've got a flood of Batman stuff going on now through 2025.
Yeah.
Some of it's cool. Some of it, I think, it really sucks, actually. I think some of it's going to be lame. Don't you think, Voice of Reason?
Yeah, probably, yes.
I don't know. I like that we're getting all excited about Batman. Batman is my favorite IP.
Yes.
But some of this just reeks of desperation, and I don't know that I like where we're going.
Yeah.
You know? It just depends.
It always comes down to the execution.
No, I don't think he's going to execute anybody in anything new. I think what the Ben Affleck one killed a lot of people, and that pissed people off. But what I was going to say was it comes down to the way it's handled. You know, it comes down to how well it's executed.
Similar to the phrase, the execution.
Right. Listen, there's a flood of Batman stuff, no pun intended, because at the end of the film, there was a flood.
Right.
All right. Let's talk about Nightwing. You want to talk about Nightwing?
I do.
Since he's basically Batman-esque.
Brenton Thwaites is wonderful.
Yeah, he's incredible. We love him, but I don't care for this other shit. There's still talk about doing a real live-action Nightwing film.
Yeah.
And not with him, of course. It'd be with somebody else. And I don't know what universe of Batman that would connect to, if any. That might just be its own thing.
Yeah, I wonder.
You know what'd be interesting is if they put it in the same universe as the Joker. And then, so that way you get Robin and you get a Joker, but you don't get a Batman. That would just be a fucked up way to do it.
It really would, yeah.
And then there's also, I don't know what the hell I read and saw, but it's just some ridiculous thing about webtoons. Remember that? The thing we saw? A Nightwing webtoons thing. I couldn't tell if they were kidding.
I know, me too.
It just looks so weird. He's like shirtless and he's there with a bunch of cartoons. He's hanging out with cartoons. He's shirtless.
Yeah, that one threw me, that image threw me off, but...
Pride Month is over. That was weird.
Oh my God.
I didn't care for that. So that seems stupid. Hey, Titans season 4 though. We like that, right?
Oh yes, I can't wait.
Guys, a lot of people don't like Titans yet, and I don't blame you. Season 1 I didn't really care for. Season 2 got a lot better, and then season 3 was awesome.
Out of the ballpark.
It's cheap. I'll give you that. It's a very cheap show. And you know what's funny too? A little spoiler here for season 3, but because the show is not allowed to actually use, like, they don't have the rights to the actual real Batman characters outside of the Titans.
Yeah, it gets interesting.
It gets really funny the way they do what Gotham did when they try to finagle. That's what I meant about desperate sometimes. Like they had Scarecrow, but they couldn't call him Scarecrow.
Right.
So they had to keep calling him Jonathan Crane, Dr. Crane. For a little while, that's okay, but you'd think after 10 or 13 episodes, I think it was 13 episodes, you'd think eventually they'd just call him Scarecrow.
Well, you kind of keep waiting, like, okay, he's going to turn into Scarecrow, or you're going to see, you're going to see the transformation, and it never comes.
Never. he can't put on the mask. I think at one point he was holding the mask.
Yes, that's as close as we came.
Yeah, that was funny. He had to hold it. I wonder if the guys at DC, like the guys in charge of the intellectual property rights, were just watching that with bated breath, going, "Fuck up a little bit. We'll sue you for everything. Fuck up. Put the mask." And he's holding the mask, and they're like, "Son of a bitch." The mask was like maybe 2 feet from his face.
Them.
Yes. Yeah. And he's like, "Maybe I'll just put this on," and then he never does.
Yeah.
He's like, "We came that close to a fucking lawsuit." Anyway, so that the show is great, but it is remarkably cheap the way they can't use those IPs, but they want to. Even Bruce Wayne, by the way, their Bruce Wayne blows, right? That's
that
Bruce
hasn't
Wayne ever
worked out so well.
He is an awful Bruce Wayne, and it's not the actor's fault. It's the script they gave him. He's a jovial, jokey, sarcastic, loudmouth Bruce Wayne.
Not at all the Bruce Wayne or Batman that we know from forever.
You know what he reminded me of? It was almost as big a departure from Bruce Wayne as when Batman vs. Superman had that huge departure for Lex Luthor. They had this little fucking prick with the curly hair and shit.
That was awful.
That was terrible. This was almost as bad with Bruce. The only thing that made this kind of Bruce Wayne-ish is when he does get mad, he's really dark. And he's a big guy, kind of. So those two things sort of still fit. But boy, Jesus Christ, that's a weird Bruce Wayne. So
Yeah.
so that's weird. I got, I still love Titans. I think season 4 is going to be a big hit. It's going to be cool. But
I can't wait.
yeah, but they do have to do some weird things sometimes. They cast oddly. It's a little weird. All the Titans themselves, though, I think are perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Like brilliantly cast,
Yeah,
right?
I agree.
Yeah. What's his name? How do you say Nightwing's name?
Brenton Thwaites.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you said. He's fucking awesome. He's perfect.
Or at least that's what it looks like to me. I'm just saying it phonetically, I think.
All right, let's talk about some stuff that sucks now. Gotham PD. All right.
Yeah.
The show Gotham,
Yeah.
we were all excited about.
Yes.
Everyone was very excited about Gotham. It was supposed to be like a Batman prequel, though you didn't know to which universe. What a mess that show was, right?
Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
So now Gotham PD is supposed to do right what that show did wrong. The idea is but even this is misdirected. Let me tell you. Okay, let me go back. When Gotham started, originally they said it was going to be like a Law and Order type crime drama, but like a crime thriller show, but that it was going to be, through the eyes of young Commissioner Gordon, right?
Uh-huh.
And then what they gave us was totally nothing like that. What they gave us was constant, like fan fiction level, just garbage about all the Rogues Gallery, the Rogues Gallery before they became the Rogues Gallery. And it was just a lot of playful, goofy nonsense. Like, here could be young Joker. Oh, that's not it. Maybe it's this asshole. This kid's name's Jerome. There's a J. Ha-ha. It's like, I was so frustrated. I'm like, quit fucking around. Like, just give us a normal story here.
Yeah.
And then what they really did that was stupid, but I don't mean to go too far into this now, but when they introduced Poison Ivy and she was like a little kid, she was like 9 when the show started. And then they realized, oh shit, we want to see her older.
Yeah.
So they had her get some magic, something happened, and then she was like 5 years older.
Presto changeo.
Yeah. All of a sudden she's like years older, and just come on. I mean, just own up to what you've fucking cement. You know what I mean? You built something, stick to it. They couldn't stick to anything.
Not well executed.
No. And they couldn't even stick to the fact that it was supposed to be told through the eyes of Jim Gordon. That didn't happen at all. After a while, he was just another character on the show.
Yeah.
He wasn't even like the central figure by season 4 or 5, I would say.
They just really couldn't make up their mind about a lot of things in that series.
Yeah, they were all over the place. And so what I'm getting at is I'm afraid that seems to be carrying over here. I know it's a different group of people I know it's a different production team and all, but it seems like that's happening here too. Once again, there's so much you can do with Batman that nobody knows what to do with Batman. Because Gotham PD is already, let me explain how it was first pitched to us, okay? Gotham PD was pitched to us as, it's going to be in the universe that we've set up now, in Matt Reeves' Batman universe, and it's going to be the first year of Batman where the police are constantly after him. And I thought, well, that sounds really cool. So we're going to see Batman. We're going to see Pattinson as Batman. No, you're not going to see Pattinson as Batman. And I thought, well, that's kind of fucked up. I mean, if we're seeing the police chasing him and trying to find him, I would think we need to see him at some point. But okay. I'm like, so I guess it's just going to follow Commissioner Gordon. Oh, no Commissioner Gordon either. I'm like, what are you doing? You're going to give us a cheap show again, filled with a bunch of nonsense cops that we're not even going to know. And they're going to look for Batman, and we know they're never going to find him. And we never even get Commissioner Gordon to just pop in and go, hey, how are things looking out there? Nothing? Like, that's a stupid idea, right?
Yes, right.
That would have been, let me harken back to something else. Remember when Rogue One was coming out? Obviously, I'm talking Star Wars for a second, guys, but you'll see the parallel. When it was announced that Darth Vader would be in the film, I remember some people were saying, they're just trying to force Vader into the film. They're looking for an excuse to use Darth Vader again. No, you couldn't even do that movie. If you did that movie and excluded Vader entirely, that would have been weird.
Yes.
You need Vader in it.
Yeah.
He of course he'd be central. The fucking thing happens like 15 minutes before A New Hope. Of course he's going to be around. What do you think, he's on vacation before? Yeah. No, of course you need Vader for that movie at some point. And they did it just right. They had just enough of him where it made sense.
It was perfect, yeah.
Yeah, it was just right. So I feel like you can't do Gotham PD if we're straight up never going to see Batman and flat out never going to see Commissioner Gordon. What are you talking about? It's just bizarre.
Yep.
So I don't have terribly high hopes for the show. I think they're just trying to kind of force something. And then they didn't leave well enough alone. Instead of saying, okay, well, we've got Gotham PD coming. Now they're doing a Catwoman show and a Penguin show. But Gotham PD still doesn't sound like a winner because now they're changing that too. Now they're saying, well, it's evolved into a show that's more about Arkham Asylum. Well, then call it fucking Arkham Asylum. Well, why are we like, okay, so first it was a weird idea because we weren't going to have.
Feels like a bait and switch.
Well, you know what? I just think that, look, they've got all these ways they can do Batman and they don't know how they want to do it. They don't know what. So they get attached to a show. Okay, we got Gotham PD. All right, what's the premise? Oh, it doesn't make any sense. We look for Batman with Commissioner Gordon, but neither one is in it. Well, that sounds stupid. All right. How about this? It's a bunch of cops and they go to Arkham Asylum a lot. Okay, cool. It's like, that's not good either. Just pick up a fucking idea. Don't do to us what Gotham did. Gotham couldn't tell if it was a comedy, if it was serious, if it was a thriller. Sometimes they tried to be really macabre. And just, oh my God. That show was so desperate.
They couldn't pick a lane.
And I feel like every episode they had to allude to another villain. Like, they were throwing villains at us that nobody even really cares about, you know, and they were like, look, maybe this will be so-and-so, and maybe this is going to be like Firefly early. We have all these fucking people. Remember the balloon guy who, like, he would kill you by making you hold a balloon and the balloon would take you up into space? It was really embarrassing. I remember, like, when you start questioning your own life, that's not a good show. I was like, oh my God, it's 8:45 on a Monday. Shouldn't I should have better things to do than this. This is bad.
Is that what it did to you?
Yeah. It made me think to myself, like, well, I guess it's better than being at the bar. But then again, like, I feel like I'm just wasting time in my life. I should have more of a mission as a man than to be watching this.
Yeah.
I don't want Gotham PD to do that to me too.
I don't either.
And if Gotham PD is a big mishmash mess, which I get the impression it is, what does that mean for Catwoman and Penguin shows?
Right.
Do they even have an idea? I feel like they just went, yes, let's greenlight all of this. What are we going to do? Oh, I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
Is Catwoman going to be in her own show? I mean, are we going to, I know, I'm sure she is, but is it going to be a situation where she gets 10 minutes of screen time and then the other 45 or others? I don't know.
This seems to be a trend, not just in DC, but just in Hollywood in general.
Yeah, I don't know. And then Penguin getting a show, you got to really handle that well. And it's kind of weird too because Penguin, you know, doesn't look like that. You know, Colin Farrell is in a lot of, you know, I guess prosthetics or whatever the fuck they have going on with his face.
Sure.
Are they going to be able to make the lead of the show, if he's the lead, Penguin? Are they going to be able to do that and keep it consistent all the time, or is it going to be like Dr. Loomis, where when we first saw Dr. Loomis in Halloween 4, remember how funny in Halloween 4 they really emphasized that his face was burned from Halloween 2.
Yeah.
And then throughout Halloween 4, there were a couple times where I'm like, he doesn't look that burned right here.
Yeah.
And then by Halloween 5, it was just up and down. It was like, one minute it was gone, 1 minute it was great, 1 minute he was really, but like, I just felt like, I think there were some days they just said, fuck it, we're low on time. And I think he actually, if I got this rumor right, even Donald Pleasance was tired of having to go through the makeup and all the bullshit.
Yeah.
So I think he was even saying, like, come on, get me the fuck out of here. Like the girl who plays Mystique, she did that too. She's still like, that's why she, by like her last movie with them, I think it was Apocalypse, she's almost not ever in the blue skin anymore. And when she is, it looks really cheap. Yeah. She was just tired of the whole damn thing. Anyway, I am nervous. There's a lot of Batman stuff coming. Most of it, it doesn't sound like it's very... like it's got any real aim or like there's anything really. You got to have someone behind these shows. The showrunner's got to be motivated and has got to have more than enough ideas. And I never seem to get that impression. I always get the impression that they're like, people liked Penguin in this movie, so he gets a show. Yeah. People liked Catwoman, so she gets a show. And I just think, all right, I mean, you want a story that writes itself, right? You want like kind of like with Obi-Wan. I think Obi-Wan was pretty good. Yeah. Really good. And because it seemed like the story kind of wrote itself. Nothing was forced. I don't think these shows really write themselves. We'll see. But unless Matt Reeves has a big hand in them, and it doesn't sound like he necessarily does, then I don't know. This is going to go over really well. Voice of Reason, what do you think?
Time will tell.
Yeah.
That's what I think. It just depends really on how well do they flesh these ideas out and plan them and execute them. Because
I don't want any more nonsense from them.
Right. Well, you tell them.
I don't want to hear any more bullshit about characters who don't want to click like and they're clearly enjoying a video, about people who won't even subscribe because they're too hoity-toity, too above it.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Oh, I don't want to
Send
subscribe.
a strongly worded letter.
Oh my God, it's great. Anyway,
But
guys,
seriously, hit the like button, subscribe.
let
do
us
all
know
that
your
fun stuff.
comments. These are all just rumors mostly, and maybe you guys know some more shit than we don't know. But yeah, anyway, look, it's fun as always to be here
Yeah.
with the crew. You guys, we appreciate the growing fan base. We love what we're doing, and hopefully we'll love some of these Batman projects. By the way, Batman 2 is like 100 years away. All right, peace, guys. Talk soon.
Bye.